one.
Good morning, I'm Chip.
Hey, good morning, I'm Steve. How you doing?
And this is Chip's Garage.
Here you go.
Today, Steve, I'm going to do something a little different. I got a surprise for you. I'm an animal lover.
Kind of look up your
lover?
sleeve? Kind of look up your sleeve?
No, secrets
No
down
secrets?
there. But,
Okay.
but
I'm an animal lover, okay?
yeah, and you know,
Wait. How does hot rods, Harleys, and animals go together?
I always got.
But a
some
man
love-
has to have a dog. Man's best friend.
I love dogs.
Me too.
We have 4 rescue dogs. But anyway, I want to talk about animals today. So, why don't you guys follow me in and we'll see what's going on here. I know this is a little different and I got a little secret here going. So you guys just follow me and watch what's going on here. So
Here we go. What do you think?
I love it.
Nice
I
animal.
love it.
Nice
You're an animal lover too.
Cat's out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag.
Here we go, Chip, today.
Hey, that sounds pretty
This is
good.
my little animal. It's a little one. We call it the Hell Kitty, okay? Well, there's Hellcats and demons. I got a Hell Kitty. You know, my budget didn't allow me to have a Hellcat this year, you know? So I went and I bugged everybody in the world, my wife, my coworkers, and everything. If you see a Challenger, get one. Find one. I need to go.
Yeah.
I searched all over the state of Florida and Georgia for a RT. I went to dealerships, and they threw me out of dealerships. I went to people's places. No, it wasn't the right one. So my buddy Rob Bollinger I got a hold of, and he took this in on consignment at his shop.
Yeah.
And he said, Steve, I got a car for you. I ran down there and said, I'll take it. Now, it's a clone, okay? It's a 5.7 RT clone.
Yeah.
And they chipped it and everything. The gentleman had it, a couple gentlemen before me had it, took and paid almost $40,000 in 2015 for this car. It's a super track pack car.
Yeah.
And he went down and had about $6,000 or $8,000 of goodies put on it. You know, the seats,
Yeah.
the seat belts, all the air intake. He even put plastic covers.
the badging?
The badging and
Yeah,
all that.
the hood.
Well, the hood, yeah. And over here, you gotta look at this. Here's the hood. I love the hood. And everybody goes, like, I took it one day to work and a kid goes, hey man, something happened to your headlight. It's broken. That's got the air intake.
Right.
And front end and everything. It's a beautiful car to drive. Chip, I'm not saying, but it's $35,000 cheaper than the real one.
Oh,
okay?
I know, and that's wonderful. And let's make a point about this, Steve, that it's okay to have a clone. You know, if you watch some of the auctions on TV
Sure,
and that kind of
sure.
stuff, you'll see that clones go almost as much
Yeah,
as
yeah.
real cars.
Right, right.
But the point is, you love motorsports.
Yeah,
Whatever you can afford, make it your own like Steve's done here. It's okay. It's wonderful. I'm sure you love driving. Matter of
Oh,
fact, I know you
I
love
know,
driving
I
this
know.
car.
And my wife loves the car.
Oh,
too,
look at
you know?
that.
My wife loves the car.
Well, that's important too. And if mom ain't happy, ain't
No,
nobody
Mommy ain't happy. No. And it was. It's also. It's not Hellcat insurance. It's RT insurance.
Good point.
You know? So an average kid or something like that can get into it without
Yeah.
drawing their insurance payments.
Yeah.
You know? But what was really cool about the car, it's over 400 horse, air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, it stops on a dime. And I have an SS Camaro. My SS Camaro is supposed to be the car in 67.
Yeah.
The fast car in 67.
Yeah.
This will whoop it.
Well, of course.
In reverse.
Yeah, in reverse.
You know?
Technology.
So what do you think, Chip?
It's beautiful. I love it.
know,
I absolutely love it. Now, are these original? Are these?
No, they,
Okay.
like I say, they put all this whole
Yeah.
package on. You know, they put muffler delete on it. It's super track pack. It's got the all the modes for racing, the lap time, and everything. And
Really?
Yeah, it was
That's
phenomenal.
awesome. Really, it's almost like a Hellcat other than a motor.
Right. And you know, it's 400 horse. What are you gonna do? One day I'm driving down the interstate to work. I told you this story.
Yeah.
Guy has a 4x4 four-wheel drive jacked up, and he has 2 side-by-sides on a trailer behind him, and I'm doing 80, and he wants to run me. You know,
You run into that kind of stuff all the
when
time.
we first got it, a Corvette pulled beside me on the interstate and wanted to go.
Yeah.
My wife said, "What's he doing?" He says, "It's a red Hellcat. That's what it looks like, honey. Everybody wants to race, you know, for the
That's
title,
right.
you know." But you know, back then, back in my day, they did a lot of super sport Chevelles that put the sticker on.
Right,
you know,
that's right. People
Dusters,
still do it today, right?
Yeah, I've seen some people still do it today, but I'm not going to tell people it's a real one. It isn't.
Of course
no.
not.
And still, I have never had anybody say, "Oh, man, that's terrible." They really love the car
Right.
when they see it.
Yeah, and that's another good point. There's no reason to really lie about your car or whatever.
No.
Be proud of what you build and what you have. Enjoy it. Why don't you show us the interior? Let's see what's going on in there.
Come over here. I really, when I saw the car, the computer system is unbelievable. It has everything in there. I had to get my 11-year-old to help me through it.
Yeah.
You know, program it.
I know how that
And
is.
you see the seats with the houndstooth, and he put the SRT, the seat belts. He put red lighting in the car.
Oh, really?
Okay. It's just what I like about these cars. They're still basic from like 1960s. There's not a lot of controls on a dash.
Yeah.
You know, and it still reminds me a little of that. Yes, it's all in the computer, but yet it's not a lot of them sticking out at you.
Well, Dodge did a wonderful job,
Oh.
and we all know the Mustang too went in the retro sense when they came out
Right.
with the retro.
And the Camaro.
Yeah, absolutely. But in my opinion, Dodge made it look the most like a 70s Challenger, right?
Right.
And not putting down any of the other manufacturers.
No,
I love
not
them
at
all.
all.
Matter of
Right,
fact,
we
I
love
love
them
the
all. We all-
retro Mustangs.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. But they did a beautiful job with the body lines and making it look like that. Yeah, the fuel cap.
Fuel cap. Go
Just
around
love
here.
the spoiler. Love everything
Spoiler.
about it.
And you know, SRT badging on the back and everything.
Yeah, I love the back ends of the nice wide back.
Right. And when my wife saw it, she said, "Buy it."
Oh yeah, it's
She
beautiful.
just loves the color.
I love that color too. That
right.
red and black, you just can't beat it. But I bet, is it a cop magnet or no?
No, I haven't got stopped. I drive like a little old lady. Only on side streets I do burnouts. Okay. And matter of fact, I'm gonna have to break down for a set of tires here soon. So I'm gonna have to, dig in the wallet and get a set of tires.
Yeah.
And
No.
I'm thinking about putting a set of red lines on it.
Oh really?
Yeah, maybe.
That might work.
Make it look like
Yeah.
retro. Back then.
Yeah, absolutely. I love
Back in
red
the
line
60s,
tires.
Yeah.
A lot of the old Mopars came. Well, a lot of any manufacturer came.
Yeah, my
with the
career had red
lines.
lines.
Yeah.
67. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful. Now, are those the original wheels?
Yes.
Those are.
Well, matter of fact, the guy sprayed them black with a rubberized black.
Oh, no.
And when the first time I washed it and put some tire shine on it, I started
Yeah.
peeling. I'm going, oh my God, my tires, my car. And I'm freaking out. My poor wife's like, oh God, he's going to have a meltdown. And I start peeling them off, and they were like brand new underneath. And these are the wheels I really wanted.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, these are the wheels I really
I
like.
love the finish on them.
Right. So, I'm keeping the car. Probably hand it down to one of my grandsons.
Yeah.
Oh, they love going in it.
That's the way to do it. Pass the whole car thing, the motorsports thing down generation to generation. So important.
Sure,
And again,
sure.
doesn't matter whether you have a foreign car, an American-made car, whatever. It doesn't matter. Motorcycles, whatever, right? If you're into motorsports, pass it down to the generations below you.
It's going to change a little bit. Maybe get electrified some, or
Well, it will.
hydrogen.
Yeah. We're going to be flying one day.
Flying
But the
on.
point is, pass it down.
Pass it
There's
down.
the point.
Right,
Important to pass it down.
All right.
All
So I'm
right.
going to move mine out. And we
Okay,
have
well,
another special
Well, yeah, there's another animal here.
animal. We have another animal.
Yeah,
Right?
so
Let's
let me
go
close
get
your
it,
hood for you.
All right. Why don't you go get your animal? Chip, you had to ruin my morning, didn't you?
So here's my animal. And this is a Hellcat. This is a 2000.
Real Hellcat.
A real Hellcat. Yeah, this is a 2015. For those of you who don't know, that's the first year they made the Hellcat. At the time, it was the highest horsepower muscle car ever made, which is very significant.
707.
Yeah, it came factory stock with 707, but you know what happened, and this is a good lesson for people. Always listen to your vehicle. You know this. You know, a lot of people just drive them. They don't pay attention to what's going on. I don't know. My wife says that. She goes, I don't know. I just drive it. I'm like, how long's that noise been there? I don't know.
The light's been on for a week.
Yeah, for a month. But I heard this little sound in the motor. Nothing was wrong. The car ran great. I bought it brand new from the factory. But I heard this little sound. This was probably 3 months after I owned it. And so I said, well, I'm going to take it to the dealer, just have it checked.
You didn't thrash it harder?
No.
Most people just thrash it harder.
I know. Anyway, I take it in, and lo and behold, they said, if people voluntarily come in for this sound, you get a free performance upgrade from the manufacturer, from the dealership. Oh. And so, to make a long story short, it took it to 742.
Wow.
Yeah. So and it got rid of it, and it got, well, I don't know what they did exactly, but I either retuned or rechipped, but either way, I got more horsepower, which obviously I needed.
Oh yeah.
Never enough horsepower, and she'll do it.
Well, how do you like your car?
You know, Steve, here's a funny thing, and I tell people this all the time. You know, a lot of cars you buy after the honeymoon's over. You know, 3 to 6 months, whatever it might be.
And you're still paying on it for
Yeah. It's just a car.
Buyer's remorse.
It's just a car, and it's like, why did I spend all that money on something like this? But this car, every time I drive it, was like the first time I drove it, and I'm not kidding you. I absolutely love and adore this car, and I want to make another point here. I hear a lot of things about Hellcats and Challengers and how they're big boats and they weigh so much and you know, they're a joke and all these cars can beat them, blah, 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 blah. Look, once again, if you love motorsports, good for you. I don't care what you own. But I'm going to tell you, most of those people that talk like that haven't driven in a Hellcat or even a Challenger. These things are fast and they're fun every time you drive them. So I don't care who it beats, who it doesn't beat. I'm not into it for that.
6 cylinders over 300 horse, huh?
Oh yeah, can you believe that nowadays?
And Mustang's the same way, Camaro's the same way.
I know. But it's a beautiful, beautiful car. It steers unbelievably around the corners, and it's got all the things too. It's got the sport mode, the track mode, you know, the regular road, if you will, that kind of stuff. We got to look under the hood.
I might get a little jealous, and when you're not looking, I might take that supercharger off and try to.
I hear that's a lot of work, actually. You know,
yes, it's a lot of work. Oh, yeah, I have to say, I can't look at that. Oh, that's so beautiful.
So that's the beast.
Oh, look at the color. Hemi orange. Yep. That's the beast.
Yep, 6.2, as we mentioned, 707 from the factory, 742 after the tune on it. I do have a K&N filter in here, but other than that, that's all I've done to it.
You got the headlight too.
Yep. Yep. There it is again, the big empty headlight. And that's the air induction. That goes directly to your air box. So you get plenty of air on these.
Now, what do you get for mileage?
You know, I get good mileage on it for what it is, even though they made me pay a gas guzzler tax of $1,600 when I bought it.
I know.
But I get about 16.
Well, you know, look at my Camaro on your Duster. At 9 on a good day, 10 on a good day. Downhill, tailwind,
My Duster gets a mile per gallon.
Mile per gallon.
Or a gallon per mile.
Gallon per mile.
Yeah, either way.
Almost like your boat.
But anyway, it's a blast to drive. I just love this thing. Come on over here. It's got 20-inch rims, and those are Hellcat specific rims. I think they're like. I think they're. I got the real Brimbos, and look at the size of these. The calipers and the rotors. Yes. Look at the size of those. It's got a lot of stopping power, and it does stop on a dime.
My 340 Dart back in the day, my 340 69 Dart had brakes, and there were drum brakes, and they're about that wide.
Yeah.
They didn't worry about stopping.
Oh no. Now these cars. Now these cars, I want to tell you, because as most of you know, I'm a drag racer also. And I believe people should be trained on these. That may sound funny to some of you guys. You may want to make fun of me. You can. I've seen a lot of people look up the videos online. It's a lot of power. If you've never handled a lot of power, take it really, really, really slow and easy at first. Learn the car, baby steps. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't wreck your $70,000 car, Steve, or even worse, hurt somebody or yourself, right? So be very careful because they are super powerful.
And you got to be careful taking that little mode off there for your traction control.
Oh, I know.
Be a bad day if you don't know how to drive.
Yeah, that's
right. How many videos have you seen and they're sideways into a tree or a pole?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Right. So
and they
use caution. Use caution.
Yeah, they have a ton of modes on them. Like I said, racetrack, sport, all the different things. So be careful, learn the car, take it easy, take your time, you'll enjoy it forever. Now I want to show you something, Steve. I don't know if you know this, and let's see if we can get, this is a 1-year special edition color.
Oh, I love the color. I was going to ask you
if you can
about
come
that.
up here, I want to show you this, if you can get down in it. It's called Phantom Black Tricolor Pearl.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's got purples and greens and blues down in it, and the car changes colors as you go down it. Sometimes it looks like a smoky color, sometimes it looks straight black.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. 1-year color, and what they did was they found out if you get a chip or if you get something wrong with the car, it's very, very hard to match.
Oh.
And that's why they went with the one color. But they have come out with colors very similar to this now. They're not called that. It's a little different, but they do look similar.
Now I noticed the tires on here. Are they drag radials? Or,
Well, I'm glad. Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what happened.
I said I didn't change anything else. I lied to everybody here. Yeah. I ended up, and this is for traction. The one thing I would say about this car, if I had anything that I would say I would have changed, it would only be the one thing, and that is traction. They've got so much horsepower. It's very, very hard to get traction with these cars. Once again, you better know how to drive, and that traction control is very important, right, Steve?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I ended up putting it on, and maybe you can get a picture of how wide the tires are. And it's definitely helped me with traction, although I can still spin the tires going 50 miles down the road and punch it.
Can I tell you a story? That real sharp bend around my house, and I had my Camaro out one time, and it's a 350 4-speed posi, and I came around a sharp bend at 40 mile an hour. It was just starting to rain, and I wiped out. I went down through a field and missed the orange grove and went down through this grassy area. I came back on the road and went home. My wife said, "What happened to you?" And I told her. She goes, "Oh, see, you're driving. That's all I heard about my driving.
Oh,
I was only doing 40 around that curve.
Only doing 40.
But there's no traction control on those old cars.
Oh, I know.
This is the only traction control.
Well, my Duster, which we'll cover later, has a spool in it.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to talk about the back end pushing straight, and we'll talk about that later. Notice I did put a sticker down the side here. I was a little hesitant about it because it's so big, but I went with the matte black, as you guys can see, and it really does blend right into the car. Yeah. And to me, it just gives it a little flair.
If it was on my car, it would really stick out.
Yeah, right.
But here, it just gives it that little bit.
Yeah, on the green ones and the red ones, it sticks out a little bit too much, but I really like it on this car. I also put the louvers, and these are the aluminum louvers. So these are like the ones you would have had back in the older days. They're real
they
high
won't
quality.
warp, and you can see out of them.
A lot of the plastic ones warp.
These won't vibrate going down the road when you're doing 150.
That's right. And people always ask me about, do they block, you visually? Can you see good out of them? You hardly even know they're there. You'd be surprised. They look like they cover a lot from the outside. And that's the purpose, right? It covers your package tray from the sun, that kind of stuff. But no, you can see perfectly out back with it. This car does come with a bigger exhaust. You can sort of see the exhaust pipes there. And when you change the modes on the car, say from regular street driving to sport driving or to track driving, it opens a little flap inside the mufflers, and it actually gives you a bigger flow, a bigger exhaust, more flow in it. So anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed our show today.
Right.
Yeah, and you got to meet our animals, and hopefully you're an animal lover. And again, no matter what kind of car you own, whether you're a male, female, whatever, if you're into motorsports.
How about a gremlin or a Vega?
Hey, my grandson wants a gremlin.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with one.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I saw a cool one actually once at a car show.
I've seen a lot of cool ones.
Yeah.
So thank you for seeing us, and we'll be doing another video here soon. And
at Chip's Garage.
Take care.
All right.